Alright, welcome back to the SuperCoach Nuff channel. In this video we're going to review SuperCoach AFL after round 23 of the 2024 season. And I guess with 1 week left to go in the season, it can't come quickly enough for me and my team. At 2200, or not even that, 2199 technically this week. As you can see, way down in the round rank, and another 3,000 3,000 rank change in the season. So down to 13,000. We'll be doing well if we can hang on to the top 10 this week, because I think we're missing even more players. So if we have a look at the team and how we went, it didn't start well with Harry Sheasel not playing, injured. So hopefully back this week, given it was subject to fitness test, is the comment there. But I haven't really been following it closely enough, to be honest. But yeah, I guess it will be good if he's back. Martin with a 135 is fantastic. The Freo boys, a 60 and a 68. That's pretty disappointing. Where's round 23? I didn't see even the results. So I lost a GWS and don't know, scored that low. That's a bit disappointing. Dacos with a 116 is decent, and Houston with a 115 is good, but sounds like he is done for the season. Big hit on Isaac Rankin. So yes, not expecting him to suit up this week. So potentially down at least 2 defenders, which isn't great. In the midfield though, we captain Bont with a 123. You know, that's pretty good. We'll take that. Butters with a 156 is fantastic. Merritt with the 74 is a bit flat, but then Neal and Steele, didn't realise that rhymed until I just said it, 123 and 136, so that's fantastic. And then, you know, sort of averaging 100 there at the end with Sarong 105, Dunkley 108, Walsh 98, so, you know, still ticking over. Max Gorn with a 97, and Timmy English out injured, so we might be without him for the last one as well. And then in the forward line, you know, great returns. Flanders with a 120, Heaney 117, Moore 139 is amazing. Caldwell 102 is good. Jackson 84, and then Kerno injured as well. So it says he could be back this week. I think, yeah, Carlton had a good win, so they might be a chance of the 8. I'm not too sure. And it'd be really nice if we could get Dowling back for one more, because yeah, currently we're struggling big time. But it's not really about me at this time of the year. Although I did lose the chaos, it's really about the head-to-head stuff. So we'll have a look at the 2 matchups. So we've got Taz's Tarantulas with a 24-86 defeating the Sandgrapers. So I think Robert was number 1 all year, and I guess this week just didn't work out for him, which is unfortunate. So having a look at the teams. So for the Tarantulas, Grundy with a 68 is a bit underwhelming, and Hayden Young, another Freo underperformer. But I guess Rowan Marshall with a 146, that's a really nice pod. And then also to have him as your VC, you know, lock that away as your captaincy for sure. You know, had Steele, Bont, Fisher with a 182, LDU with 100, has Moore and Semi Walsh. So I guess you compare that to the players that Robert had. He VC'd Merritt, which didn't work out with the 74. Whitfield 106, so probably outscored Young. You know, you compare them head to head. And then had Gorn. Who was his other ruck? Didn't have another one this week, perhaps. He's also in the Tim English boat. So it was the auto emergency. Oh, has Luke Jackson in the ruck. There you go. That makes sense. But then having to play McMullen, getting a 20 is probably not ideal. Carroll with a 60, you know. He must have got the dual position status while it wasn't paying attention. That's nice. You know, Dawson with the 143 is good, but it's probably just, you know, these couple of low score, particularly the 20. And, you know, you compare that, there's lots of hundreds there in the middle. So great season, Robert, but just unlucky at this time of year. I guess even more unlucky would be Steve, who scored a 24-37, but unfortunately only 7 points short. So having a look at the teams, looks like maybe the captain's choice was the difference with Kick-Ass Jim going Tristan Cherry, who scored a 140. So that's a fantastic captaincy shout. I guess against the Dogs without Tim English, that was probably on the cards. But the rest of the team there is solid. Had Ryan as the VC, so that didn't work out. But Lawson Humphreys 105 is the auto emergency, so just easy loop in there. Tommy Stewart with 100. Darcy Moore as well as a yo. Played one short as well by the look of it. Yeah, so Jim getting the win with only 21 players. That is insane. I guess, if your worst players were Dempsey and Ryan, you're not doing too bad by the look of it. Like Rankin was unfortunate by the sound of it to get knocked out. Powell, 78. So, a few sub hundreds there. Goulden and Merritt you'd want more from. So that's a tough loss, Steve. I feel bad for you, but we've all been there. As you can see, I did lose the chaos. So I'll give John some credit. Obviously, having 22 playing is very helpful. Actually, might not even have. 136 sitting on your bench. That stings a bit. Or 200 sitting on the bench. And he still got me by a heap. So how many was I missing? 3. So how's he missing 2 there? Oh, the emergencies. That makes sense. So just having a look through Zorko, 108. Ollie Wines with a 131's nice. Combin with only 18. I mean, you could have played Humphreys and got an extra 90 points, so definitely left some points on the table there. Other than that, we had already talked about all those players, so pretty similar teams, just having that extra couple of players playing, and Wines sort of matching up with Martin. Zorko and Dunkley were exactly the same, Closey and Merritt. So it's basically Tommy Stewart and Brodie Grundy was the difference there in that I didn't have them. And I guess the other matchup was Jason's Raiders and ours Eagles. So 23-39 was heaps enough for Jason. See if there's anyone different. Briggs in the ruck, I think it's a bit different. 106. Had Marshall and Dawson, so nice work there. And yeah, again, another one who sort of didn't have the full complement, but got the job done, which we love to see. Cool. So I guess in terms of this week, the two GFs, the main one obviously being Taz's Tarantulas and Kicker. So just doing a quick review of the two teams. So it looks like about 50-50 in terms of common players and differentials. So I'm guessing the fact that Timmy English is sitting on the pine suggests that Jim is out of trades and can't really do too much. Hasn't got like a Luke Jackson type that could swing in, so might be a little advantage to Tazza there. They both have Houston, so that's probably one that they'll both miss on. So what about defensive cover? Not too much by the looks of it. Maybe Schoenmaker might play. I'm not too sure what's been going on with him. There we go. So, yeah, looking at the differentials. So for Taz's Tarantulas, so the different rucks. It's a bit hard to analyse because there's quite a bit of difference. Butters and Rosie both got Ryan, I guess. It's just one had him as the VC. So I guess, looking at that, you'd have to sort of suggest Matt's in the box seat there with the full complement at the moment. But as I said, probably Houston out at least, so not sure if there's any cover there. But as I said, it might be an issue for both of them potentially. Let us know if you've got any trades, that sort of thing. And I guess the minor GF as well, we've got Chaos and Jason's Raiders. So again, nice amount of difference, about 10 or so of the same. But, it might just be, again, no trades to play with there. So it's just whoever's available is on the field. So I guess just quickly for captain, vice captain is probably the only other thing to cover this week. I can't cover trades. It's too early in the week to look at the popular trade-ins, trade-outs. So Friday, Melbourne. So Gorn will be the VC. And then captaincy, it might just be Bont again against GWS. I think that's a favourable matchup. Yeah, unless you want to do something funky. But, like I said, my season's done, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to leave it at that. But we'll wrap the video up there. Obviously, we will have a video next week just reviewing the head-to-head grand final, the season, and that sort of thing. And then, obviously look forward to NBL and BBL coming up. Also, we do have the FPL and NFL stuff kicking off. So FPL started. I think you can still get involved if you want. And the NFL still got a couple of weeks. So if you're interested in joining in with that, it'd be great to have you on board. Other than that, any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the AFL content. Subscribe for all the SuperCoach and fantasy sports content. And other than that, I'll catch you in the next one.